Good day, my loves. So I just, I'm tired of trying to figure out how to do shit the proper way. What is the proper way? The way I don't want to do shit. So I'm going to try something new. I'm letting go of the cage. What I wrote down was the idea that I wanted to talk about today, which was rearranging your manifestations. Because I am having to rearrange my manifestations. If you are seeing this video, welcome, because you are my manifestation. I finally have people to talk to. I have Chiron and Gemini in the 11th. Chiron and Gemini means I have a hard time talking, and in the 11th means to groups of people. And then God gives me thousands of people to talk to after I think nobody ever wants to hear what I say. So I am literally pushing through a big trigger every time I do these. But that's supposed to be the thing. My awkward weirdness is supposed to make everybody else feel better about their awkward weirdness and know that you can still be freaking great and do things. Like all of the things in your head, all the parts of you that make you feel like you might be unworthy or you can't do something are all tricks, because the people who are meant to find you will find you. Everybody has a thing. I have not come across anyone, any chart where somebody wasn't meant to do a thing. Now, I would love to try to possibly look at some charts for somebody who considered that their life just completely sunk and was purposeless, because I would love to show that that's not the case. That's not how this works. You wouldn't even be born. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a thing. So with rearranging manifestations, I realize I'm really good at doing this and teaching. I want to share with you all the glorious things that I have learned that have changed my life, from like depression and all that horrible stuff that we all sort of have to deal with being here, to every day I wake up and I have no idea what's going to happen. And it's glorious because I'm okay with whatever comes my way. And I know that I'm constantly building towards the life I want. And that's what manifestation is. Creating the life that you want out of the life that you have. So I know there are people out there like, oh, if magic is real, why are you not a millionaire? Because you have to gauge your shit. Do you see what those people had to go through? Do you know the amount of work you have to do to get there? There are ripples and ways and things to work there, but start with something that's more tangible, something that you can see easier, like making more money at work. Now, I notice manifestations with money work best for people who are entrepreneurs or have a job where they can earn based on commission, as opposed to if you work for a business or you are somebody who is a employee that has a set salary, you'll attract more money for the business. A good example this weekend was the first time that I actually was able to get out of the house since I started really getting into alchemy. I went into this hardcore hermit in the woods witch phase. Like I've been in this house for like 3 years getting my bruja on. Like it's been freaking amazing. And I've done everything. Like my house is amazing. We went from being homeless after I stopped doing wedding photography, after I just said quit because this is not my life, and just like was like fuck it, burn it all down. I've been rebuilding since, and it's rebuilding in the image of who I actually am and not who I thought I had to be. Because a lot of times we'll come to a point where we realize, oh my goodness, I'm everything my parents wanted me to be and nothing that I actually ever wanted for myself, which was definitely the case for me. Some people have a way of bucking through that, but I had a terrible people pleaser streak, which leads back to why now I have to rearrange my manifestation. Shadow work is a process I firmly say get into, because once you learn how to do it, it becomes like second nature. Like when I do something and I don't like the feeling in my chest I get, I stop and I think, I'm like, oh my goodness, why don't I like this feeling in my chest? Then I'm like, I just dishonored myself by agreeing to something I didn't want to. Like, why did I do that? Why is this a habit? And then I realized, oh yeah, because I was used to always saying yes to stuff I didn't want to do, because I was always trying to be helpful, because I realized we were poor, or my mom was always tired because she had to work so much, or I had siblings, just always making excuses for other people and not learning how to put myself first. So you can build a manifestation on bad habits and attract everything to you and still feel bad inside. I've done it, and this is why it's important for me to let you know that you can be on the way in the process. If you always stop and take a moment to honor yourself and say, how do I feel now? You will know when it's time to steer your ship, to change your manifestation. Like I'm realizing that I'm really good with talking to people. I want to teach what I know. I want everybody to ball. Like I want everybody to love their house and love their life and do what they love only. I don't like any of this waitressing for $2 an hour. Like that's slavery. And then people have to live off of tips and the apartment rent keeps going up and the houses and the credit and it's just too fucking much. So I want to tell everybody everything. I'm going to give you so much info just cause. Just smite the system. That's how I feel about this. Fuck these people. This is not cool anymore. Being poor really, really sucks. And I will never forget it. I think being poor is a trauma that stays with you forever. Like, no matter how far this goes or how much money I make in the future, I am always going to be the type of person who gives money to people randomly and never forgets what it's like to not have money or even a way to make it fairly. Like they put people in a box so they only get to work this much time and never build their passion. Well, I am here to say you can talk about what you know. What is your thing? What do you do amazingly? What is the thing you can do that nobody else can kick your ass at? For me, it has become motivation because I've had to be my star player since I was a child. So I am here to excite you guys about everything. Yes, we're all out here wearing masks. Everything appears to suck on the news, but you know what? At the same time, that so many layers of gross are being like revealed, something beautiful is going underneath. Because for the first time, we're starting to look at what we're eating, what our children are watching, how we're interacting in our relationships, how we're interacting with people of other races. Everything is ugly, but the light on ugly helps you start to look towards clearing the ugly fucking out, which is why we are here together, rearranging our manifestations. When you need to turn your wheel, start by writing down everything you currently have. What is your roster? What is your foundation that you're building on? After you look at what your foundation is, what is corrupting your foundation? What do you not want to grow on? And then from that point, you can decide, what do I want to fill these gaps in? What is missing from me? Am I missing from this? Do I have a part in my plans? Am I even working the job I want to work? Like, do I not have enough time for the things I actually love? You have a right to these things. I want you guys to always keep in mind, you came here to have an experience where you learned, but you thrive. So if you've been doing the same thing for years and you do not feel like you're thriving, it is time to rearrange your manifestation, because even if you weren't conscious of any of this, your mind was still creating for you the whole time. So if you believe that you are stuck at the job you are at forever or you will never do better, you won't. And I can't afford to not tell you that. It sounds wild, but the more you lose your logic or let go of what you've been taught is the only way here, the more things will thrive. So what do you want for yourself? So when rearranging your manifestations, take stock of what you want to achieve. Write down your results. And if it's not going like you want to, switch it up. I am going to switch mine up from doing so many readings one-on-one, because it's sort of like, I get really emotionally involved, especially when I'm dealing with people where I see there's trauma, especially with the Pluto and Scorpio generation, trauma or anything like that. And it's harder for me to clear out my energy field dealing with one-on-ones. So I'm going to change up the pricing on my reading so that the flow slows down, so that I can help the people who are really like, I don't want this to be a token reading, because I realize some people do it like out of skepticism. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like they want to see if it's real. I am not for those people. I realized that I channel during readings. Like this takes actual energy, like your guides show up, like I'm helping you to know what you need to know. That's why a lot of times when somebody gets a reading with me, they're really shocked, like how dead on they needed it at the moment. And it's beyond me. It's just me being allowed to be a conduit for what you need. And I can't do that 100 times a month. So this week I will be changing the rates over. They will be higher, but that's for one-on-one stuff. The classes will always be for everyone. I'll have lots of free content here. I'll have paid classes that are more in depth that you'll be able to download, or you can join my university, because I am a teacher, I am a speaker, I am a motivator, and realizing who I am despite who I thought I was before is helping me get through this. I don't want to be sad giving people readings. How can I inspire you if I'm really not feeling what I'm saying? How can I help you guys create the life that you desire if I am not walking when I talk? Which is why my hood affirmation for this month For Aries season, it was walk it like you talk it. Venus, the planet of how you make your money, and the sun, the planet of like what is shining, what is the focus right now, are both in Aries. This is about self. This is about what makes you special, independent, what fires you up. For me, it's in my ninth house. This is my beliefs, my religions, and teaching you guys because I don't like what I see when I look on the TV. I feel like it's unfair. And I feel like the last few years have given me an advantage to run across many different individuals who have helped me piece together what's going on here. And now I'm able to like compile that and regurgitate that in a way to be a bridge between muggles, people who are just getting into their awakening, and people who are just like trying to figure it out, and people who think they know everything. Because you know, you teeter back and forth. The ego is a weird thing, but we all deserve the information no matter what we do with it. So I'm going to continue to be the channel. Starting with right now, we were discussing rearranging your manifestations. And I think an important part of that is starting to understand transits. Transits in astrology are how the planets are currently affecting us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so you can see the chart of the moment and stop my video. How do I? There we go. Okay, so this is for New York. This is for the East Coast. Although you'll see if I pick like, well, maybe not Australia. Maybe if I pick like Paris, France or some shit. Let's see, Paris, France. What's it going to say? The moon is still in Sagittarius. See, I'm just going to go for East Coast because I know I am on the East Coast. And the planets are still going to be the same place, different houses. So I'm not even going to refer to the houses so that this video is proper for all. Right now, the moon is in Sagittarius. The moon is representative of your feelings, your emotional state. With it being a Sagittarius, you might be wanting to learn things. You might be feeling really philosophical, searching for something. You might be feeling the need to travel because these are all Sagittarius things, stepping outside of what you know in order to create your own ideas, your own belief system. Now, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is still in Capricorn, getting your money in formation. If you are not feeling like you're at your highest potential financially, Pluto is still there whipping you into shape to help you work with that energy, make the changes you need to make. This is what rearranging your manifestation is about. Capricorn is about money. If you want to change your financial flow, if you're at a job where you feel unfulfilled, you're not going to attract what you want. If you are even running a business and you're not doing it, if you're not passionate about it anymore, you will not achieve your goals. This is all about your energy. You attract what you want more of, and it can't just be money if you're earning money in a way that depletes you. Believe me, I know this. Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn is the planet of fear, restriction, the thing pulling you into the right place in order to earn money. It's working with Capricorn, but in Aquarius, you have to be of service right now. Connecting online, probably because of this virus, but you are having to go through your network or develop a network so that you can spread whatever it is your message is. You're finding your tribe right now, connecting to them, meeting each other. And that's backed up by this Jupiter in Aquarius. Jupiter is all about expansion, luck, growth. This is a time for us as a collective to be growing. Like I was just saying, with us going back to eating differently, learning more about like, what is it, not emissions and shit, whatever we're not doing with oil. We're getting better. That's what I'm trying to say. We're doing stuff, things that we didn't even care about doing before. And that's probably because this Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune is the planet that belongs to the 12th house, which is all about karma, and it's sort of spitting that energy out in Pisces right now. So all of our dreams should be freaking crazy, especially those within 12th, as we see pieces of the future, pieces of what the universe is going through in totality. Make a note of your dreams, of your visions, of your intuitions, of your feelings, of your musical thingies, your art. This is just really, with the Mercury and Pisces, a really good time for artistic people. If you're writing a film, if you're writing poetry, if you're writing a novel or anything, use your intuition, clear your head. This is a great time to also speak to any passed on loved ones, because Pisces is all about connecting to things beyond the veil, beyond what we can see. So this Chiron in Aries is triggering or using other people in some cases as triggers for anything you need to work on within yourself. Aries is all about self. It's the most immature sign. It's the one that's like me, and screams it. It's the caveman. I know I just went on, them right there, but whatever. But that's what it is. You're being triggered. Are your beliefs valid? And does it matter if anybody else believes what you believe? This could be with your friendships or anything. Just be on the watch out for triggers because the sun is right here conjunct Chiron, sort of triggering that too. So there's a flashlight going on. How do you feel about your independence? Are you physically in shape? How do you feel about yourself as a person? Venus is also right there helping you figure out your value system. What is it you really believe in? Do you feel solid in that? How are you earning money? Are you doing something that gives you fire in your life? Because Aries is a fire sign. This is about passion. This is about drive. Use this time to figure out if you are working in the right direction for yourself or are you building upon a mountain that will one day crumble. Taurus has Uranus in it right now. I love saying that. It sounds amazing. This means that from now through 2026, this planet will be slowly moving towards getting us more back to Eden. And what I mean by that, like what would we have been doing if we had all grew up in the Garden of Eden? Eating from the earth, gardening, loving the animals, not eating them, probably loving each other. We might have figured out weed one day, just all things that do not harm the planet. And that's what we're meant to be moving back to, along with the redistribution of wealth. So this is really a time for you to work with that. Once again, Pluto and Capricorn energy so that you can get your coins in order because nobody is meant to be poor here for long. Even if you start that way, you're supposed to work your way out the gutter. The last area we're looking at is this Mars in Gemini and this North Node in Gemini, which means that the teachers are out, honey, which is probably why I'm feeling so boxed by having to do individual readings. I'm like, I have so much to teach. It's not working. I'm not doing enough with just one-on-ones because Mars is passion, drive. And with it in Gemini, you want to speak, you want to learn, you want to thrive. It's also possibly having multiple jobs, having to talk more, having to connect with other people more. And this is definitely a time in history where we're all having to work together. Now, the North Node, which is sort of the hand in fate, what's developing for us now, is in Gemini also. So you're likely doing 2 jobs. Maybe you're having to work different than the way you used to. You might have to interact with your siblings. It depends on what house it's in. I'm not going to go through all of them. But you can check out Astrofix, Gemini through the houses to get an idea of how this area of development is going to be affecting you till January of next year as this Gemini thing sort of gets you information. I love that term because like Beyonce, but gets you in line with what you are learning about that is going to be the thing that you create your business on. This is all about creating the new entrepreneurs. It looks crazy with the way the system is falling apart, but it's to bring forth the talent that has not been seen before because of the way the system was set up. It is falling apart. So you have the chance right now. No matter if you work at McDonald's, if you don't have a job, if you can't walk, it doesn't matter because this world is your oyster. And we're going to get more into how you manifest that for yourself. But it starts with speaking and believing in yourself. Believe me, everything that you can achieve inside will appear outside. As above, so below, guys. Thank you so much. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll leave the link below for anybody who needs readings before I change the prices on April 7th. Thanks, guys.